Good morning, sports fans of Lincoln, Logan County. I'm Scott Kirby, along with my co-host, Jake, the furniture guy, Johnston.
Yeah. Good
and
day.
We are broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings. We are outside, a little chilly.
Yeah. What are you
are
talking
in
about,
the
a little
cheap
chilly?
seats. It's chilly.
You crazy. You're wearing
brisk.
short.
I know.
You put some jeans on. In Illinois, it can do magical things like warm you up.
Well, I was planning on being inside. I had to go home and get a sweatshirt, but it is a brisk Saturday morning here outside of Jake's Furnishings in front. Drivers listening,
What a
drive
beautiful
by,
day.
give us a little honk.
Yeah.
Give us a honk. No honk. Oh, she looked. She was listening. A lot of going on in the sports world today. We got a special couple of guests coming in later on in the show. We've got Tricia Benniger and Mary O'Donoghue, two of the O'Donoghue family members in putting together a benefit for Punk O'Donoghue.
Yeah, big event here in Lincoln.
Big event all day going on at the American Legion. So they'll be on air here in about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, actually, we've got a item that's going up for auction right here next to us, donated by jakesfurnishings.com.
Absolutely. A nice leather recliner.
Absolutely.
Boy, that would look great in my
Automotive
living
seating,
room.
swivel, rocking, reclining, full leather, chased recliner.
And that is donated by Jake's Furnishings. That will be at the American Legion later on this evening for their auction.
They've got some awesome stuff there. The community has really supported this event really unbelievably well. I mean, they're going to go through some things with us, I'm sure, but it's amazing the turnout for this gentleman that has meant a lot. Not only him, but his family has meant a lot to the community.
Absolutely. And you couldn't ask for a better family. I've known Punk for quite some time. I've coached his son in football and basketball. A great family in need of some help right now, medical expenses. So get on out there tonight. They will be in here later. It's Tricia Benniger, Mary O'Donoghue stopping by outside Jake's. So if you guys are listening, bring a sweatshirt. It's a little chilly, but a nice Saturday morning. Sun's trying to pop out. Let's talk some sports right now, Jake.
You're a fair weather guy, aren't you? You're longing for the heat of the summer.
I like it to be about it could be 65 degrees year round. That'd be perfect.
All right. Your shorts and t-shirt.
Shorts,
65?
t-shirts, and I'll wear a sweatshirt, but you know.
All right.
Yeah, I'm cold-blooded.
Attaboy.
We'll talk a little Rayler baseball. They're on their way to Morton this morning. That's why Coach Courtwright couldn't make it in. They had a game this past week, I think Wednesday maybe, against Normal Community. I got some stats on that. They won that game 5-1, which brings their record 14-7 overall, 2-4 in the Central State 8. Colby Leaf pitched 7 innings, pitched a complete game, had 3 strikeouts, a walk, had 4 hits against him, gave up 1 run, and it was earned. Colin Antoine went 2 for 2, 2 runs, 2 stolen bases and a walk. And then Colby Leaf helping himself out at the plate, went 1 for 3 with a double and 2 ribbies. So sounds like it was the Colby Leaf show against Normal Community.
Nice day all the way around there.
Absolutely. Pitching a complete game and, having 2 RBIs, and they come out of there with a victory 5-1.
They've had a nice start to the season. Well, we're getting to the midpoint now.
Yeah.
I mean, really good run here going on. You want to see some good baseball, guys, I mean, get out and check out a Rayler baseball game. Coach Courtwright's got them playing very well, and it's definitely a much different atmosphere than what it has been in the past, baseball. I've had a couple friends that have watched a couple games. One buddy of mine that's a scout, he said, boy, it's definitely a climate change here in Lincoln.
Yeah.
So if you see a scout talking to a scout that's talking about your team and having a climate change, it's a good thing. So they're fun to watch.
They've had some big wins, and that's one of those things. High school baseball is so unpredictable because, you're sitting in class one day and you see it cloudy out. You don't know if you're going to play that day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's kind of hard to get in, game mode, whereas football, basketball, you're playing.
Yeah.
Baseball, it starts raining. Well, you're not playing, and it's just probably mentally it's got to be draining, but a good start to the season. Last weekend, they had their little triangular tournament here at Curry Field. They were victorious over Streeter 7-1, and then they lost to Edwardsville 8-2. And I had it pulled up here, kind of some of the stats. But, yeah, you know, like I said, they're 14 and what was their record? 14 and 7. 2 and 4 in Central State 8. So I'm assuming they're going to start playing more conference games here as the season goes on.
Yeah.
You know, they've only played 6. So, you know, it's probably getting right into their conference mode and then right into regionals. Looks like the Railers, they lost their second game to Edwardsville Tigers 8-2. That doesn't really give me information on, you know, what they did. But, you know, that was at Curry Field, and they're on their way to Morton this morning. Morton, usually a decent baseball team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and just about every sport we play Morton in, it seems like we battle. So they're usually a pretty quality team no matter what sport it is, really.
Right. Just kind of some of the season stats here. See, Colin Antoine, he had a big game the other night, 49 at bats. He's batting .449, Jake. And, you know, we talked to Kurt a couple weeks ago about a good batting average in high school. I know if you're in the majors, if you're batting, you know, 300, you know,
280, 300.
Yeah, that's a great,
really good year.
Great average, and you know, it's kind of carries over a little bit to high school too. You know, obviously they're going to have not as many at bats and not as many games, but you're batting .449 in high school. You know, that's pretty good.
I say you get over the 350 range, you're doing pretty good. You get those guys up into 400s and even pushing 500. You know, they're looking at colleges. So
well, looking through the lineup, it's talking about over 350. Tyler Horsham batting .368, Mason Madigan .294, Ryan Sloan at .380, Colby Leith at .333. You know, so and Sam Tiffany, he's at .400. With about 20 at bats, so you know that's a pretty strong lineup right there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Pitching wise, Eric Hopp leads innings pitched with 24 and a third innings. He's given up 19 hits on the season, 17 walks, and 14 Ks with an ERA of 2.88. Brent Hunsley, he's up there in innings pitched. He's got an ERA of 2.10. And just, you know, a lot of innings pitched, but it's pretty even throughout. You know, their top guys, and you got Tyler Horsham down here with 18 in the third innings, 11 strikeouts, 10 walks, and he has a .76 ERA. So pretty solid lineup.
Absolutely. So not to switch it up on you a little bit, but you pay any attention to the NFL draft this week?
Absolutely. Watched it all night Thursday from start to finish. You know, kind of impressed of what these GMs are doing.
Yeah.
One quarterback taken in the first round, no running backs. It was all offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and so if you're a fantasy football, you know, in the fantasy football, round one wasn't, you know, any good for you because there wasn't that big name offensively.
To be honest, I think, well, you know what, there was a couple good names in there that could be solid players offensively, wide receivers basically. I mean, that's pretty much it. But these other guys, these guards, tackles, you know, the offensive linemen, they're gonna help create those plays and help keep the quarterback alive to make the plays. So it could really enhance the teams with all these big, beefy guys going so quick in the, you know, I don't know if I've ever seen a draft like this, to be honest. Usually you're thinking top 10, you're going to have at least 2 running backs going, at least 1 wide receiver in the top 10, and at least 1 to 2 quarterbacks in the top 10. None of it.
No.
I mean, there was none of it in there. So, you know, pretty interesting how it all panned out, and a lot of trading, some good trades, I think, to be honest.
And we'll go over some of that later on in the show about, you know, who went where, who traded, who did what. And we'll talk some NBA. Playoffs are going strong right now, so we'll talk some NBA later on in the show. But right now we want to recognize a new sponsor with 96.3 WLCN, and we're excited to welcome to the Cheap Seats show, Global Tech HVAC at their new location at 1028 Broadway Street in Lincoln. Over 35 years of top quality expertise and HVAC excellence, certified technicians providing new installations of Tempstar equipment where service at Global Tech HVAC is the top priority. Stop by their new location at 1028 Broadway Street in Lincoln and phone 217-650-7652. That's 217-650-7652. If you have a 24-hour emergency service call, give them a call. That's Joe Schneider with HVAC, Global Tech HVAC, at their new location, 1028 Broadway Street in Lincoln.
Isn't that's down towards the old Dairy Bar? I think it's the old, didn't they used to be a, garment factory, cleaner or whatnot. Yeah, okay.
Well, so, yeah, he was there on the corner of Logan. Now he just wants to get the word out that he is at a new location, so he's ready to serve all your needs.
I've always thought it was a pretty cool building, so I'm glad it's being utilized now.
Absolutely.
So I've always thought, kind of hard to figure out what would go there, but I mean, this seems like it'd be a perfect fit for him.
It's got to be a better location, probably a lot less traffic, easier to get in and out too. Because I know up there on Logan, if you pull in, it's hard to get out of there sometimes.
Absolutely.
Get a little blind side around that corner. So, and we are in front at Jake's Furnishings, and he's got a bunch of stuff on sale here. Stop by, see him. He's going to hook you up. We got a recliner right here beside us, which he's donating to the O'Donoghue benefit later on this evening, and it's a very nice recliner, nice leather.
Yeah, we got a couple ladies here that I think are going to go over a couple things with us right after the break here, right?
Yep, so we'll take a commercial time out. We come back. We're going to have Tricia Benniger and Mary O'Donoghue with us. So stay tuned. You're on the Cheap Seats on 96.3 WLCNonline.com. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats. We are at Jake's Furnishings outside. It's a little chilly. We got a couple of young ladies with us today. We've got Tricia Benniger and Mary O'Donoghue. These two individuals are with the O'Donoghue family, and they are doing a great thing today. They are organizing, planning a benefit for Punk O'Donoghue. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for taking some time to come in with us this morning. I know you probably have a lot to do as far as setting up and getting things ready to go. Just tell our listeners a little bit about what you're doing, and let's talk about, Punk a little bit as a person and what's going on with him.
All right. Well, this afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock, we're going to be at the American Legion, and we have a benefit for Punk, and the food will be starting to be served at that time, and then the raffle starts at 5 o'clock, and then the live auction starts at 6.
Okay, and what kind of food will you be serving?
Oh, that's my turf. We've got 3 hogs that's been cooked and pulled, and so we have some of it barbecued and plain, and we also have kids like the hot dogs, so we got the hot dogs, and we've got potato salad, and coleslaw, and chips, and beans, and cake. And
now, what is it? Is it per plate, a price, like a donation per plate, or how's that work?
They're doing just a donation at the door, and come in and eat, and check out the raffles, and check out the auction items, and all the different things that we've got. I mean, we've got so many things. They got TVs and generators and
lots of Cardinal tickets. Got the Cardinal fans out there.
Cubs.
There you go, Cubs.
I think, do we have
Cardinal
White Sox
tickets
too?
won't
I think.
sell.
We even have White Sox.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys just kind of went around the community and asked for donations for this, and I know Jake has a recliner over here, a nice leather recliner that he's going to be bringing out to you guys a little bit later today. So obviously like to thank him. And how has the community, as far as businesses, been helping us? Because I know Punk's well known. O'Donoghues are well known through the the community of Lincoln. So how was the the outreach, and how did they help with this?
It was overwhelming. I mean, it was wonderful, and we went to businesses, but then we also had those that were calling us too, willing to offer items as well.
And still this morning, there are people bringing out things, baked goods, as well as things to put in the raffle, and things, homemade items. We got 4 quilts. I mean, homemade quilts and things. And the community's just been. I mean, I knew they did. We had a son, and 21 years ago, they did a benefit for our son with cancer, and I thought the community reached out for us, and now they're reaching out again for Punk, but everybody loves Punk.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've known Punk for quite some time. I've coached Alex in football and baseball. You couldn't ask for a nicer family. I mean, every time you see him, he's smiling. He doesn't have anything bad to say. You know, if you want to yell at his kid for doing something wrong, hey, well, he probably deserves it. But that's just Punk, easy, laid back, and, you know, it's, you know, a great family, and you guys are doing a great job. And I know there's going to be a lot of people here. How are you guys set up to handle that? Because we talked the other day on the phone a little bit. I know you guys had a big turnout a month or so ago for your ribeye cookout. I mean, people were probably turned away because you guys ran out of sandwiches. So I can just only imagine how many people are going to be out here. And how are you guys handled to facilitate that so people aren't driving up saying, oh, you know, too many people, we don't want that. Come out. Who cares?
Come on out.
And you mentioned something about there's going to be parking over at Westermeyer.
Yes, Westermeyer gave us permission to allow people to park over there in their parking lot. They only have a few people working this morning, so that will be available. And
we've got tents in case it sprinkles. They've got a couple heaters in the tents. We've got 5 porta potties outside.
5 porta potties.
They've got permission to serve the beer outside. They're even selling beer outside as well as inside, so the bars aren't overwhelmed. And
the Legion cleaned out their shed that they have on the side with an overhang, so we're going to be able to go in there, picnic tables. We got those from the fairgrounds, I think.
Yes. And we're having live music later on in the evening, as soon as we can get through all our raffles
the live
and
music?
stuff.
Is it a band or a DJ?
We have, really at 1, actually, Gary's got some people lined up. Carla Sloan. She is coming from Taylorville. She's one of Brianna Dennis is one of Punk's daughter's friend. And then
Gary Osborne has just reached out, and a lot of the players are going to have like a jam session, actually, and a lot of them have played so many times together. And I know Debbie Denny is going to sing.
Oh, okay.
And Mike Eads, I think, possibly going to be there. And just if we hope we can get through the auction okay, and get to relax and move some tables and do a little dancing later too, and celebrate. You know.
Now, Tricia, you're the niece of Punk, right?
Yes, I am.
And he's been racing cars ever since he was a little kid, and that's his passion. And last night you got to do something pretty neat at the raceways. They had a benefit for Punk. Kind of elaborate on that a little bit. What it was for, and what you actually partook in last night.
Bob Sanders got with Norm Horn and Marty Spears out at the racetrack, and he put together a benefit. And some of the businesses here in town donated money for the purse, and we had some really big trophies. And all the proceeds from the 50-50 drawing went to Punk as well. And in fact, I think that all the proceeds went to Punk because everyone was giving Punk their tickets, and so that was successful.
That's what you do, you know.
That's our community. That's what kind of community we live in.
I talked to a buddy of mine the other day, and he bought some raffle 50-50 tickets, and you know, if you win the 50-50, I wouldn't want to be that person that, you know, you donate it back, because that's what this is all about, you know, for Punk and his family, because medical expenses and just the little stuff add up. I know they was driving to Minnesota to the Mayo Clinic, and just little things like that, gas, food. I'm sure they had a place to stay when they were there.
Neither one of them are working.
Right, and when you're out of work, you eat up all your vacation time. You know, you still have all your other bills, you know, to keep track of and, you know, keep current. And then these medical bills start rolling in, and they're overwhelming. Insurance only pays so much.
Exactly.
You know, and with insurance the way it is these days, you know, it's you know, rough. So this is what this is all about, helping a family in need, you know, helping them, you know, relax and have some ease, you know, with these expenses coming in. So I encourage everybody in Lincoln-Logan County to get out there, show your support. You know, this is for a great family. You couldn't ask for a better family. The O'Donoghues are well known through the community, and you know, half the people there will probably be O'Donoghues. It's hard to keep track of them, but really encourage everyone to get out there and
get the motorcycle
show
run.
some support.
Oh yeah,
Got the poker run today
run.
too.
Poker run 12 to 5.
Or sign up at 11, I believe.
Sign up 11. Is
And
that
they
at
take
the
off-
Legion?
Yes, and
Okay.
they take off at noon and come back at 5.
Come back at 5, just in time for the auction. Kind of go over what is going on again today. Starting at 1 o'clock, you guys are serving barbecue and some sides and stuff like that. It's a
Right.
donation at the door. Go inside and eat. There will be tents and stuff outside for people to stay outside. Hopefully it's going to warm up, and hopefully this rain stays away. So that's about 1 to 5:30, and then at 6 o'clock. Okay, well, the raffle ends at 5, right?
Yes,
That's
it does.
correct.
Okay, so you come in, you buy a raffle ticket, and then you put it in whatever
$1 piece, 6
dollar
for
piece.
5.
Okay, and you can put them in any basket you want,
Yep.
and you're going to raffle those off. And then at 6 o'clock, there's a live auction. I know we talked a little bit about it earlier, about what's in the auction, but just kind of tell the listeners again, because we want them to get out there. It might be something, hey, that's something I might want, a nice recliner right here. That'd look great in anybody's living room. Kind of tell the listeners what exactly the items that that's going to be there for auction, and even in the
Raffles.
raffle.
Well, we have a generator. We have electric start self-propelled push mower. We have a tiller. We have like park benches. We have 3 of those.
2 of them are handmade.
Yep, 2 are handmade.
4 quilts.
4 quilts. Several Ducks Unlimited prints if
Oh,
you're
yes.
into collecting those.
Okay.
Beautiful. There's a beautiful picture, and I think it's probably from the Ducks Unlimited. I've caught my eye. And they're turkeys, and it's got beautiful, beautiful colors in it, and it's a black frame, and it's just every time I walk by it, I think, oh,
Well, there you go.
gorgeous.
Put your
It's
ticket in there.
gorgeous. Well, that'll be on the auction.
Yep, it's on the
probably.
auction
well,
as well.
and-
Get your checkbook out.
The Baltic game tickets, Six Flags tickets, Seven Dust. We have
Oh,
Seven
nice.
Dust is going to be at Boondocks in
Springfield?
Springfield. I believe it's May 8th. Don't quote me on that. And there's backstage passes, guitar picks, drumsticks from Morgan Rose.
Morgan Rose, I'll be
Morgan
bidding on
Rose-
that then.
Morgan Rose, he's a friend of my son's, and he's donated that and some alien T-shirts and things. And boy, there's just so I can't think of what's not out there at the moment. It's overwhelming when you walk in that room. Anybody that passes through the kitchen and looks in there, they go, "Oh my gosh, what in the world all this stuff?"
There's probably stuff there's there that you don't even know about, because I know it wasn't just you two putting it all
Oh,
together.
no,
You
family.
guys had
Friends.
meetings on Logan Street. I live on Logan
On
Street.
our street.
Yeah, we live about 5-6 houses down towards the end, and I tell you, it looked like there was a party or something going on. There was just cars everywhere. So that's good that you had that family support.
We do.
Everybody willing
We
to
do.
get together, and I'm sure there was probably some heads butting and some argument, but
A
there's
time
gotta
or
be.
2 lost keys last
Yeah.
night.
Well, nobody's
Yeah,
ever
today.
nobody's ever gonna be on the same page, especially with
Oh.
that size of a family.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it sounds
Lots
to
of-
me like you guys have figured it out, and you got to look what the ultimate ending
Yeah,
is, and that's
exactly.
for Punk O'Donoghue. So
Exactly.
everybody's on the same page for that. But I'd like to thank you guys again for coming in. You guys are doing a great thing. I want to tell the listeners to get out there,
Oh,
show your
please.
support, even if it's for an hour or two. Come out, eat, look around. Kids are. It's a kid friendly.
Oh yeah,
So
we've got
I've
a kid
asked that
corner.
too.
We do have a kid corner
Okay.
for a couple hours, from 1 to 3, I believe they're gonna, or a room, and there's gonna be face painting.
Face painting.
Okay.
And then we also, if you guys can see our shirts here, we have the shirts for sale out there, and we will also be taking orders afterwards. And we have several guns as well that will be raffled, or you can buy a
Of course, you have to have
The
a
FOID
card,
card.
Right.
and things.
Well, they're talking about their shirts. They're blue, and I know Punk. He was a beverage drinker. Pabst Blue Ribbon. So it's got the Pabst Blue Ribbon, and it says Punk O'Donoghue Benefit, April 27, 2013. Those will be on sale. And then they have the
Ribbons for
2
the
cancer ribbons on the side.
lung cancer,
Lung
and,
cancer.
and the ALS.
And that's what Punk was
Punk is dealing
diagnosed with.
with.
He
Yes.
was diagnosed about 2 months ago.
Oh,
A little longer than that.
it's been a while.
Officially,
Officially,
probably.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
ALS and lung cancer. So that's what he's going through right now. So get out there, support this family. You couldn't ask for a better family. They need your help, so get out there, and it's going to benefit, the viewers too. There's stuff to win, stuff to raffle. So if you come home empty-handed, it's your own fault.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
I'll say one thing. I want to thank the community for being there for all of us. And it's not just family. It's a lot of friends and people that have reached out that I had no idea we had so many supporters. And you know what? Lincoln may get a bad rep every once in a while, but they're here and they're there for their people.
Absolutely.
And
well said.
It's a town that we can be proud of.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies, thanks for coming in. Mary
Thank you.
O'Donoghue, Tricia Benniger. I said it right?
Very good.
Okay. Well, usually I butcher those. I know you guys have some work to do, so
We do.
thanks for taking
We do.
time out of your morning to come talk with us. And we will see you out at the American Legion later on this afternoon, starting at 1. And when's this going to wrap up? 4 or 5 in the morning?
Who knows? Well, we all collapse on the floor,
Okay.
probably.
So it could be early, it could be late, but get out there, show this family some support, and thanks for stopping in, ladies.
Thank you.
We're going to take another commercial timeout. We come back, we'll talk some sports around the nation with Jake, the furniture guy, Johnston. So stay tuned. This is 96.3 WLCNonline.com.